Welcome back to the Cell and Molecular Biology course. I'm your course instructor Iniyathendra. In this video, we will explore the key organelles within the eukaryotic cells and their specific functions, and we will see diagrams to highlight the work of each organelle and how they maintain the cellular processes. Eukaryotic cells, unlike the prokaryotic cells, they are more complex and contain distinct organelles enclosed within membranes. These organelles work together to carry out vital processes such as energy production, waste management, and protein synthesis. Now let's dive deeper into each of these organelles and their specific roles. Let's see an overview of eukaryotic cell. In this illustration, you can see the organelles found within an eukaryotic cell. You can see the endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, and then the nucleus, nucleolus, chromatin. You can see lysosome, vacuole. All these are the organelles found within the eukaryotic cell. So, this is a general diagram of a eukaryotic cell illustrating the major organelles that we will be discussing in this video. Let's now look at each organelle individually to understand its role within the cell. Let's begin with nucleus, the control center. The nucleus, often referred to as the control center of the cell, houses the genetic material or DNA. This organelle regulates gene expression and controls cell division, making it critical for cellular reproduction and also the management of cellular activities. Mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria generate energy in the form of ATP through a process called cellular respiration. This energy is essential for powering various cellular functions, making the mitochondria one of the most critical organelles found in eukaryotic cell. The other organelle is the endoplasmic reticulum, which is the protein and lipid factory. The endoplasmic reticulum comes in two forms, rough and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The rough endoplasmic reticulum, which is studded with ribosomes, is where protein synthesis occurs. On the other hand, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum is involved in the synthesis of lipids and detoxification of harmful substances, helping the cell to maintain balance. The Golgi apparatus is responsible for modifying, sorting, and packaging proteins and lipids. Once the proteins are synthesized in the endoplasmic reticulum, they travel to the Golgi apparatus to be packaged and sent to their final destinations, either within the cell or outside of the cell. In this illustration, you can see the proteins being produced in the endoplasmic reticulum, and then it is sent to the Golgi apparatus, which is illustrated in the pink color. And then the proteins undergo modification, and then they are packaged, and then they are released outside the cell using the transport vesicle. So this is how the protein is processed within the Golgi apparatus, and this organelle plays a key role in cellular processes in eukaryotic cells. Now let's see lysosomes, the waste disposal system. Lysosomes contain digestive enzymes that break down waste materials, cellular debris, and even old organelles. This recycling process is vital for keeping the cell functioning optimally. In this illustration, you can see the lysosomes. You can see the lysosome fusing with the food vacuole, and then they release the enzymes, and then the digestion takes place within the digestive vacuole, and then through exocytosis, the waste are eliminated. Ribosomes are the protein synthesis machines of the cell. They translate genetic informations to build proteins, which are essential for nearly every cellular function. These ribosomes can be found attached to the rough endoplasmic reticulum or freely floating in the cytoplasm. In this illustration, you can see the small and large subunit of ribosome. And then towards the right, you can see the process of translation, which involves the mRNA and then the tRNA. Specific amino acid is attached together to form the protein according to the codons present in the mRNA. About the protein synthesis and transcription translation, we will be seeing in the upcoming videos. So, on an overview about ribosomes, they are protein synthesis machines, which is the site where protein synthesis occurs, and they are either found in the cytoplasm or attached to the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Now let's see vacuoles. Vacuoles are storage organelles that hold various substances such as nutrients and waste products. In plant cells, they also maintain turgor pressure, providing structural support to the cell. Now let's see the cytoskeleton, which is the cell's structural framework. The cytoskeleton is a network of protein fibers that provides structure to the cell. It helps maintaining the cell's shape, and it facilitates the intracellular transport and also enables the movement of organelles within the cell. In the illustration, you can see the microtubule, microfilament, and an intermediate filament. You can also see the microtubule organizing center. The microtubule made of alpha tubulin and beta tubulin, and then the microfilament which has actin subunit, while the intermediate filament has fibrous subunit which is keratins coiled together. So all these together gives the structure for the cell. Now let's see the plasma membrane, the gatekeeper. About plasma membrane in detail we have seen in the previous video. Now let's see the overview about plasma membrane. The plasma membrane, often referred to as the gatekeeper of the cell, it regulates what enters and exits the cell. It maintains the internal environment of the cell, allowing necessary nutrients to enter while preventing the harmful substances from penetrating the cells. Eukaryotic cells are highly organized, with each organelle performing a specific role to keep the cell functioning smoothly, from energy production in mitochondria to protein synthesis in the ribosomes and waste management in lysosomes. These organelles collaborate to ensure the survival, growth, and reproduction of the cell. Understanding the roles of these organelles is fundamental to comprehending the biology of complex organisms. Thank you for watching.